All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Payaso playthrough. For those of you who don't know Spanish, Payaso means clown. If you are wondering who that is, it is not my roommate. It is a very, very special guest. Good friend, introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know me, you're about to. My name is Megaphone Franke Sisto from the mean streets of Sewell, New Jersey. I know my good friend right here from... Jeez, I think we met when I was in 4th grade. You were in 5th grade. Winslow Township, school number 6.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
We go way back.
Yeah,
Found each other again through the magic of internet and social media, and we've been trying to see each other again since August, half a year.
No, more than a year. I was still living in Georgia. I was still living in Georgia when me and you got back into contact with one another. But yeah, last time we saw each other, we were but boys, young. Yeah. Pre-adolescent boys
long time ago.
Still didn't have to put on deodorant. We still smelled fresh, even after sweat. Okay,
I wouldn't go that far.
Look, man.
Smelly little kids, snot-nosed little brats, spoiled Jersey boys. So I could go on all day. But ladies and gentlemen, just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how old you get, doesn't matter the distance between you. Friends are friends. It is never too late. Amen. To get back in contact.
Amen, brother. Amen. All right. So tell me, what is about to happen? Because you've been jazzing since you told me about this game. I've never heard of this game.
And that surprised me. So, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I guess it shouldn't terribly surprise me. This game is the very definition of a cult classic. The game, ladies and gentlemen, is WindJammers. WindJammers. And as they call it in Japan, flying power disc. This is what I always tell people about this game. Imagine Pong mixed with Ultimate Frisbee, or air hockey, if you would, with supers. And when we get into this, I think you're going to love it. This game, originally... Let me ask you, when do you think this game came out?
I mean, I can't really judge by the aesthetic anymore because retro game, retro style of games has, really made a resurgence, but I can take an educated guess given due to the trademark sign on the bottom that came out in 2017, sir.
No! It originally came out for the Neo Geo arcade cabinets in 1994.
Jesus.
This past February, we just celebrated the 25th anniversary of this game.
Wow, 25 years?
Big 25. Quarter of a century.
That's incredible.
And it gets even better. They announced that the port was coming out for the PS4 in 2017. Nothing short of a minor miracle. And me and some other guys who go to FGC tournaments and stuff, for some reason there's always an arcade cabinet for WindJammers at FGC tournaments. We played it, we saw our opportunity to strike, and we've been able to rebuild, or grow, I should say, an existing competitive community. We made it to Anime Evo last year, and we drew record numbers.
Holy shit.
We had a capped 256 man bracket, the largest in the history of the game.
256.
Oh, it gets better. We're going back to Anime Evo this year. We're hoping to get the same turnout again. And about 2 weeks after Evo last year, they announced that for the Nintendo Switch in 2019, WindJammers 2 will be released.
Shit.
Yup. A sequel to a 25-year-old game. Yup. We don't know exactly when, but we just know it exists. We know it's coming, whether it be 2019 or 2020. WindJammers 2 is coming out. We've seen gameplay footage. It looks good. And we're really looking forward to it. And I think, even my contemporaries in the community think I'm freaking crazy. But I firmly believe, we're at Anime Evo this year and last year, I firmly believe if WindJammers 2 hits at the right time, we can get on the main lineup of Evo next year. So help me God, I think we can do it. Especially because one of the reasons why this game has experienced the resurgence it has is thanks to WWE wrestler Xavier Woods.
Really?
He's obsessed with this game.
Really?
Yeah. I got
That's
to commentate
crazy.
with him at EVO last year.
No fucking way. That's insane.
Legit.
That's fucking incredible.
Nicest guy in the world.
Oh, I hate you. I love you, but I hate you.
Oh,
at the
that's
same time.
fine.
That's not.
That's
so,
fine.
Where is Anime Expo?
Anime Evo is
Anime
in...
Evo,
No,
sorry.
you're good. It's at Evo. It's at Las Vegas, Nevada, August 2nd through 4th, I want to say, this year.
Jesus.
I forget, but it's coming up in less than a month. Right now, we're having a crowdfunding campaign because the best players of this game in the world are in France. And the world champion Pyrotech he doesn't know if he can afford to come here. So we're trying to have a crowdfunding campaign to get him over here so we can play. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're hearing this, please donate to the GoFundMe to get Pyrotech over here so we can see some good Windjammers. And my brother, I think it is time for us to jam.
All right, man. Please go easy on me. But
I will.
I am a
I'm
quick
gonna
study.
train you.
I am a quick study.
That remains yet to be seen. So put it on 99 seconds, 25 points, because we're going to train.
Okay,
all right?
25 points. Cool. All right. And beach, lawn, beach. All right.
For training purposes, we go beach, most neutral stage of the game.
Ooh.
All right. So, green bar is how fast they are. Red bar is how hard they throw. They're inversely proportional. Pick whichever one you think suits your style, or just, pick whichever country you like.
I like this. I like this big Russian-looking dude.
Ah.
I don't know why.
Jordi Costa from Spain.
Oh, he's from Spain. Oh
Yep.
my god, that's the buffest Spanish dude I've ever seen.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. So I'll go with Miller, who's my main, because I feel it'll be a good way to test the waters with you. So, Spain versus EK.
So 1980s. So
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, it gets better. All right, so it's a stick and 2-button game. All right, the
Okay.
X button is throw. All right,
Okay.
you can combine it with the control stick to aim it in whatever direction you want.
Okay.
Now you can also do a quarter circle motion with the control stick as you're throwing it to throw a curved shot, as I did.
Okay.
Now,
Oh my god.
yep, red goals are worth 5 points. Yellow goals are worth 3. As you can see, the frisbee will auto release after a short time.
Okay, so you have the option to either throw it or hold it.
Well, here's the thing. You want to throw it as soon as you catch it. Because...
Oh, to throw off your...
yes,
Oh my god!
Now that's
Jesus.
as fast as it can go. That's a just frame. Alright? So...
Oh, no.
yep.
You can dash.
I'll get to that. So, now, generally you want to throw it as soon as you catch it. Because when it's followed by that after image, that's as fast as it can go.
Okay.
Now, the circle button is the second button, and that's the lob, all right, which is that.
Oh.
Note that reticle
Yeah.
that comes down. I'll explain that in a
my
second.
God.
Ooh, I'm
What
going to
was
explain that in a
that?
second.
What was
so,
that?
now the lob, you can aim it up or down, or, you can aim it up or down. Now, the faster you throw the lob, the closer to the goal it'll go.
Okay.
The longer you hold on to it, the closer to your opponent's side of the net it'll go. So look at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's useful for timer scam. It's useful for forcing your opponent out of a location they're camping. Now,
Okay.
that's if you're holding the frisbee. If you're not holding the frisbee, you use the control stick to move. Combine it with the X button to dash. Now,
Oh, cool.
Now, if the disc seems just out of reach, you can hold the X button to dash just a little bit farther, like that.
Okay.
But it takes longer to recover from, so
Okay.
use it wisely. Generally, you want to go in the cardinal directions, up, down, left, right.
Gotcha.
But, sometimes if it's in the way, you want to dash towards the frisbee.
Okay.
What direction it is. Now, remember that reticle that appears on the ground when you lob.
Yeah.
All right? If you're standing still, you can tap the X button to block. Note how my character's arm is, it goes up when I tap the X button.
Yeah.
So when the set starts, like, right there. I'm blocking right there. If you block it at the right time, it'll kick the frisbee up into the air and that reticle will form. All you need to do is stand on that reticle. And, so all you gotta do is stand on the reticle and you'll charge up a super. Okay?
Oh.
Yeah. Now, every character has their own unique super. So, just set me up. I'm going to block it.
Alright.
Oh, shoot.
Oh,
no,
my God.
Alright. I did the wrong thing. Because every character has their own... There we go. That is his super. The sideburn.
Okay.
Skids along the walls. Now I'm going to set you up. Try blocking the frisbee.
I have to hold X.
No. Tap it.
Oh, tap it.
Yup.
Terrible with these.
Just as you're about to catch it. There we go.
Oh my God!
That is the rocket diagonal.
Holy shit!
Now, you can also throw a super lob, which is that.
Okay, so with the circle button?
Yes. They can go skidding along the ground if you hold it, like so. And you can also throw a curved shot with a supercharge, and it will do... I'll show you this. Shoot. Yeah. Set me up. Crud. There we go. That's the curved super. Bounces off the walls.
Oh, that's crazy.
Now.
That's really crazy.
The next thing I'm going to explain, this is when it gets really fun.
This is a 25-year-old game? Are you fucking kidding me?
Way ahead of its time in many ways.
Way ahead of its time. This is crazy.
Run it back, baby. Revenge.
Oh, my God. This is so crazy. All right.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
All right.
So, once you start getting into it, it's such an easy game to pick up. But once you get into it, nothing like it. Now, if a super is coming at you, just before you catch it, you can press the button at just the right time, and you can reflect your opponent's super right back at them.
Oh.
So I'm going to throw a super lob at you.
All
Set me up and try reflecting it back at me with a super lob.
Oh, damn it.
What a
Couldn't get to
shame.
the back. Couldn't get to the back.
It's okay.
It's all right.
All right.
Oh, my God.
There we go.
That's insane.
You can reflect your opponent's supers back at them. Now, in the WindJammers competitive community, and keep in mind you can aim it in different directions. In the competitive community, whenever somebody fires off a super, and there's a crowd watching, the crowd yells out, "Hey!" All right? Yeah. So, hey! So, during Super Wars, which at high-level WindJammers can get into the double digits, you'll hear the crowd yelling, "Hey! Hey! Hey! Hey!" And it's the most hype thing ever. And you can reflect... you don't need to reflect your opponent's super back at them. You can reflect it with your own. You can reflect it with a curved super. Like, it's up to you.
Okay.
But the timing has to be right, all right? Because if you miss the timing, you will go skidding backwards. Nice.
Oh, man, I thought you were going to go the other way. This is the... Oh, yes, eat it!
Notice how you went skidding backwards. If you were close enough to the goal, you would go skidding back into the goal, and I would score. All right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So generally what you want to do is what you were doing. Stand in front of the white line.
Okay.
So this way you won't go skidding back into the goal. Money. There we go.
Damn.
So
that's crazy.
Those are the basics. We'll get into, if we choose to, we'll get into some of the more advanced tech like the micro dash and things like that a little later. But for now... Let's jam, baby!
Okay. Oh my God, this is insane. Oh!
Now, the tournament standard.
Yup. Baby,
well done.
With that with that lovely wall curve.
Now, shoot, what was I going to say?
No,
you're good.
I have no idea. Oh, no.
WindJammers does that to people. Boom. See? Now, the tournament standard is the clock is set to 99 seconds, and it's the first one to get over 12 points.
Okay, so it's kind of like tennis rules. Like, you've got, like, 40 loves, like, the highest you can get?
Yes.
Okay.
But for training purposes, I set it to 25.
Okay.
Now...
Crap.
But high-level WindJammers frequently goes to timeout. Like, when the French are going back and forth, it's not uncommon at all to see no-score games.
Wow, really?
Yes.
That's insane.
Like, the French know how to jam, baby.
My God.
We sent Best Jammer NA, Best Jammer North America, and the whole North American continent. It's either Santa with Muscles or Crypt Kitty from Delaware.
No! No, I got blasted in my own goal.
All right.
That was sick.
So we'll get. We're. Let's change settings.
Okay.
Because I want to switch a character.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to beach again. I'll show, and we'll go, 25, since you're still learning. So, all right, yeah, press X. All right, it's time for G. Scott Weekend, baby.
G. Scott Weekend. What a
USA.
name.
Oh, well, Gary Scott, yeah, but we have a saying in the community, G. Scott Weekend, clap, 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 G. Scott Weekend, because G. Scott is thought in many ways to be the worst character in the game, even though the balance in this game is freaking great.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with any of the characters. Like, for example, K-Kun, former world champion, ran it back against Don Yan and won a tournament using G. Scott. And we're getting shirts made right now with G. Scott Weekend on it, because, like, it's one of our call signs. But, yeah. So now, like I said, every character has their own unique super. G. Scott's is similar to Costa's. The one you were using before. Oh, okay. What a shame. Vessels is funny. And we'll,
He's very slow, but he's very strong.
Mm-hmm.
He's very strong.
I
just rolled it.
Yep.
That was amazing.
Not as relying on just frame shots for throw power is Klaus Vessel. Also has the longest dash in the game, whereas G. Scott has the shortest. But G. Scott has overall the best hitboxes in the game. So, like I said, can't go wrong with any of the characters. Shoot.
Ooh, nice.
Almost got it.
Almost got it.
Dang.
What I really love about the dude that I chose, because when I initially saw him on the menu, I was like, check out Dime Store Randy Macho Man Savage.
Yeah, right? He's German.
If Arnold Schwarzenegger and Savage had a child, it would be this man.
Yeah.
Ooh, get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. And what's funny is, when you select K Vessel, he makes the sound, ooh.
Oh,
so, like, ooh, yeah. Just like,
I love it. I fucking love it.
Shout out to Eleazar, the heaviest K Vessel in the universe.
Why did I just dodge? I just saw glory in front of me and I ran away from it. I was like, all right. No.
Oh, what a shame.
I did it again. All right, so high speed games like this, like I'm a super competitive person, but I also get like flustered under the collar. So like it's what I like to affectionately refer to as panic mode. For some odd reason, like the initial onset of panic mode, like I'll just make all the wrong decisions, and then at some point I'll just settle into it and be like, all right, use the panic, use it.
That's a good thing. So once you get used to it, ooh, that was a good shot. Now, the thing is, with the heavier characters, G. Scott and K. Vessel, their just frames are a lot less forgiving than the lighter characters, such as Mita, the girl, and Steve Miller, the guy who I was using before.
Okay.
With Vessel, you almost have to get it frame perfect. And additionally, they do not need as long to charge up their supers. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom.
No, I should have went up. 11 up.
Missile throw.
Oh!
I'm going to set you up. Like, try and do K Vessel super.
Alright. Oh, God.
Shoot. What a shame.
Right.
That's alright.
I think did I do K Vessel super?
Nope. Oh, I would know. We would know if you did. So.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, my God.
Money.
Nope.
Ooh, well done. Alright, so. Now, every character can do the super lob, and every character can do the curved super. But try and block the frisbee into the air to fire Vessel super.
Alright.
Here we go. Yup.
What?
Yup.
What?
Blitzkrieg.
That's ridiculous, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can you like stun your opponents?
Yes. It's somewhat random, but if you are running away from the frisbee and you get hit in the back of the head, you will go down and you'll be seeing stars.
That's incredible.
Yep.
That's absolutely incredible.
It's the jam, baby.
What a wild game.
Oh, it gets even wilder.
What's so crazy to me about this too, because like a lot of like huge like Square Enix followers, like, you know, those who were waiting for like, you know, Final Fantasy 15 for like 12 plus years, and like those of us who are waiting for Kingdom Hearts for like 13 plus years. And then all of a sudden I learn about a game that's just been like going for 25 straight years, and now it's finally getting a sequel.
Well, but the thing is, the community is cautiously optimistic. We're just afraid, like, all right, is this going to be like Street Fighter V was in the beginning, where people were like, this game sucks, we're still going to play 4, you know? Is it going to be like, you know, Melee with Brawl? You know, like, no, forget Brawl, we play Melee, we want Project M. Like, that's something we're a little nervous about. But it's just fun, man. And it's just, we sit there, and I've gotten so many people into this game through the stuff that I've done for the scene. And, like, there's so many people that come up to me at tournaments after we have a WindJammers event, and they say to me, dude, when I first got here, I was like, what the hell is WindJammers? And now, I'm like, hell yeah, WindJammers! And she's
jams!
It's jams! It's great, dude.
Oh, I love this so fucking much.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Much.
So,
all right,
yeah, let's run it back.
Yeah, let's run it back with the big dudes. Fucking Randy Macho Man Schwarzenegger over here.
Yes, yes. And G. Scott, a real American hero.
Looking like Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to me. Oh, I fucked it up.
Now, in the words of Keikun, the trash dog champ of France,
trash dog.
He once said to me, he said, if you are the first to fire a super, you're an idiot, he says.
Really?
It's the saying the French have, because once you play the game for a while, the supers become predictable. They're easier to reflect, they have a set pattern, and you know, sometimes it's better to skim the outside of the reticle that appears and go for that perfect curved shot than just shoot your opponent with a super. But sometimes if you want to run the clock down, fire a super. Because if your opponent's good, they're not going to let it get past them. They'll reflect it, and then they're playing your game.
So it's kind of like the same mentality when playing fighting games. Like, when you figure out someone's specific pattern, then you can exploit them.
Yes.
So you constantly have to have a mix-up of things that you do in this game just to keep your opponent on their toes.
Right.
Like any competitive game.
Like, my play style, I'll revolve a little bit on conditioning. I will rely a little bit on conditioning. I'm throwing high, I'm throwing high, I'm throwing high, I'm throwing high. Oh, now I'm throwing low, I score. Like, things like that. There's a lot of mind games in this game.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, the thing is, it has so many fighting game elements, and that's one of the reasons why we have it at fighting game tournaments. So, just, it's great, dude. Ooh, damn. Well done, well done.
Hey, it's starting to make sense.
Ah, that's what's great.
Starting to make sense. Oh, no.
Money.
No, damn it. Ah, the zig when you should have zagged.
Yep, I know that feel. Now, one thing I definitely want to say, I want to shout this out as well. On Wednesdays, we have a chill stream that we host with my boy Maester Sketches, who it was his idea, and Jeff Vader Jr. is in on it as well. They both stream, and a bunch of us will get on Discord, the Jam the Win Discord. We'll get in a group chat, we'll talk, we'll chill, we'll BS, and we'll jam. We'll practice WindJammers for upcoming tournaments, advertise upcoming events. WindJammers Wednesdays. And one thing I always say, all are welcome. So any watching this, follow me on Twitter at NotFrankieSisto. Find out when it is. Jam with us, watch us, play with us. You are more than welcome. This is on the PS4.
What?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yep.
I keep expecting the downward fucking... Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well,
yeah.
This doesn't happen. This hasn't happened before, I swear.
It's a fluke.
It's a fluke. It's not gonna happen again. What are you talking about?
Now, this is something I want to say. It's best 2 out of 3 sets equals 1 game.
Okay.
In the event of a tie, both players are awarded a set. So if I'm up 1-0 and it's a draw, I win the game. If we're tied 1-1 and we get a draw, it goes to sudden death.
Okay.
Which is first score wins.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
And it's just it's freaking post-town.
Oh, you bastard!
Yep.
I just missed it.
Now, one thing I want to say, this is on Switch, PS4, and Fightcade as well. The sequel, as far as we know, is going to be on PC and Switch, but there's an Dotemu, the guys who are making it, said stay tuned for more updates when asked about a PS4 version. So I imagine Switch users will not be alone for long. So if you play on Switch, you can use your GameCube controller. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of Smashers have come into the jam as well, which is great.
That's so great. That's such an old game. It has such a vibrant community.
Yeah.
It's really sad. It's really sad, like, when, like, games that have, like, really big servers, when their servers shut down, like, what was it? Not earlier. Oh, yeah. It was...
Well done.
It was the end of last year. It was the end of last year that they, shut down the Demon Souls servers. Wow. And that still had such a thriving community, too, for such an old game. It's what started the Dark Souls series, the Soulsborne series.
Yup.
One of my favorite series, even though it's still such a frustrating game. Like, I played I didn't even start in order. When Bloodborne came out, I got Bloodborne, and then I kind of worked my way backwards. I played Bloodborne first, and I got Dark Souls 3.
Wow.
And I played Dark Souls 1, the remaster, and now I'm playing Dark Souls 2. And I don't know why I didn't play Dark Souls 2 sooner, because this is my personal opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion. Dark Souls 2 is the greatest game ever fucking made. So good.
Okay.
It's so... Well, because...
Hot take, but I can accept it.
Because it's this way they handle combat in Dark Souls 2 that makes it such a really... It just makes it such a good title. Because the thing that I started to realize with Dark Souls 1 and 3 is a lot of your enemies have really predictable attacks, and they have really long wind-ups. So all you have to do is just notice the pattern and bob and weave. In Dark Souls 2, I've never seen so many enemies just switch it up on you, or just, like, sacrifice themselves just to kill you.
Well, they have the health to blow it.
Oh my, and they have the stamina to blow too.
It's just look. Here's the thing. I hate Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1 is a crappy game that was marketed right, but I really enjoyed Bloodborne.
So you like the faster pace?
Yeah. It just it felt right. For any of you Bloodborne fans out there, and you as well, it was Vicar Amelia. All right, so let's go to concrete. Vicar Amelia was beating the snot out of me. All right, just beating the crap out of me, and then
I believe it's pronounced Vicar.
Vicar, it might be. So Vicar Amelia, if that's the case, but Amelia, I should say. Anyway, she was just swiping at me. There was nothing I could do.
The mirror match.
Yep, we're taking it to the pizzeria, baby.
We're taking it to the pizza.
Now, this is when things get really nasty.
It's like Americanized Mario Brothers.
Those things in the middle, those are bumpers. They switch the direction of the frisbee depending on...
No way!
Yep.
Each one... Oh my god, unique state. Love it.
Depending on the pixel that is hit, that determines the... Ooh, what a shame.
That was a bad call on my move. I'm also loving these 1980s jumpsuits right now.
Yup.
Crush. Oh,
damn.
yes!
Well done.
Yes!
Well done.
Yes! Oh, I didn't think that would work. Oh, I should not be this hype right now.
It's WindJammers, dude.
Oh my god,
You're getting
this is so insane. Fire in the house!
Woo!
Give me
Make
those
it a smaller
corners.
pizza.
Give me those corners.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh, you bastard.
You bastard.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, God.
God damn it, Kenny.
Let's see. Is it going to work? Yes!
Yes!
Ooh,
Yes!
Dang. You got it. All right.
Oh, God.
I always tell people, if you think your opponent's just slightly better than you are, take them to a bumper stage. And we have a saying in the WindJammers community, thank your bumpers.
Oh, yes! I can't believe that worked.
Yep.
I screwed it up still.
Well, the frisbee is live until it goes into the goal. So if you miss it...
I legitimately thought that I got it in the goal. And then I see it going past the bottom bumper. And that's when everything I held dear just failed in front of my face.
That was when he knew he messed up.
It was that grand moment that Kevin Santana realized that he fucked up.
He lost the game, Batman.
Batman, he lost the game.
You think you know the flying power is, Kevin? I was born in it.
Molded by it. I didn't see the light of WindJammers since I was a man. Until then, I figured out it was nothing but blind. Okay, can I like confide in you?
Go right ahead.
I hate that movie so much. Like, I love it. The only reason I love it is for just how stupid and ridiculous it is. Like, it's really not a good movie.
It's really not a good movie?
They should have just ended it after Heath Ledger. There's no way
Well, Dark Knight is one of my favorite movies ever. It's like my number 2 movie.
But the sad part is, the only reason that movie is good is because of Heath Ledger. Like, Christian Bale, like, you know, God bless you, you had, like... what is happening? What was that?
That right there, that is the Biaggi bumper baloney. There's another word that I say it, but there's another word that we use, but I do not say it when I'm live.
Fair.
But I think you guys all know what it is. Biaggi super works like crazy ways off of bumpers, especially on concrete. So
that's insane.
Yup.
Okay, I'm not... That entire time, I had the controller in my lap. I was like, what is happening?
Yep.
I don't know what is happening.
Yep.
Mystical powers have taken over my controller.
The power of pizza.
I don't know. What is happening? Oh, fun fact. I studied extensively in vocal training and just speech patterns and all that when I was in grad school. So, you know that... that classic Mario trope, it's a me, a Mario.
Yeah.
That extra syllable, it's a, that actually has a term. It's called epenthesis. It's adding an extra syllable to a word that doesn't necessarily belong there.
Wow.
So
Today I learned.
Yeah. One of my teachers, Vivian, she's one of the greatest, you know, theatrical and voiceover minds I've ever met in my entire life. Wonderful. She studied Catherine Fitzmore's training. She studied extensively with Dudley Knight. Did some proscriptive stuff. The Edith Skinner way of studying the human voice. But her more physical approach to how the human voice works has fascinated me ever since I went to grad school. And it got to a point. I used to work at a museum this past year, and a lot of people. There would be a lot of people from out of the country, and I would actually study how they would speak and try and pinpoint where they were from, especially people from England, because England has such a colorful way. They have such colorful idiolects within their own dialect. It's really fascinating. People from London and people from Manchester, completely different in their accents. Wow. Completely different. That's people from South London, different from people who reside north of London. It's insane. It's absolutely nuts. It's just as diverse as it is here in the States, but it's in such a compact...
Right.
Such a compact...
Amazing.
So many diverse tongues in England. It's great. But it's like that all over the world, and that's what's fascinated me for so many... Like, if I meet someone new, I have to catch myself sometimes because I'll actually be staring at their mouth, trying to see how they articulate their mouth.
Funny. Wow.
Oh, God, I'm such a dork.
Oh, no, it's good to be dorky about certain things. That's definitely fascinating. I mean, phonolinguistics or what, I forget the term for it, but let's go to Clay.
All right.
Yeah, that stuff fascinates me. Like, for example, I talked to this girl who's from Indonesia. Okay. And she tells me how, the language there is Bahasa, which literally translates to language. But in her case, it's Bahasa Indonesia, but they just call it Bahasa. And they have, different dialects in, different areas of Indonesia, to where they're almost effectively a different language. I'm like, that's crazy. That's, more extreme than anything I've ever seen. But that's one of the cool things about people. How amazingly diverse it can be.
Yeah. Oh, now, there we go.
Yes.
Okay, so what's special about Clay?
I hate Clay.
Why do you hate Clay?
Because the bumpers are right in the middle. It's much more chaotic. And the point layout is the same as it is on beach. Whereas in concrete, you have the 5-point zones on the sides.
Okay.
Yeah. So the stages are unique. Every one of them are
No way!
Yup.
Oh, with the threading of the needle.
Yup.
Incredible.
But most players, when they play on clay, their heart is racing. Because things can go south on clay right quick. Just like that.
Bless it!
Yep.
God bless it all.
It's
no.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep.
I'm starting to get that old panicky feeling again.
Yep. That's Clay. It's Clay.
Oh, it's so tight. Oh, it's so tight. Oh, it's so tight.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Well done, Frankie.
Well done, Frankie. The porn joke.
Yes.
That lovely low-hanging fruit. Oh, that low-hanging fruit like my balls.
Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
I'm too young to have low-hanging fruit.
What?
I'm only 30.
Well, but even so. Ooh!
God!
Blitzkrieg!
Damn it. Fuck you, Blitz. I was like, I totally got... Oh, okay, that's fine.
No.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh.
Yep. This could go south right quick.
Okay, alright, so that one, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's completely fine.
Can't draw it, man. Can't draw it. You gotta get the win. Money.
No!
Yep.
It's okay. It's okay. Beginning of the game.
Shoot.
It's totally fine. Got it back.
Well done.
Oh.
And like I said, when you score because of the bumpers, we thank our bumpers.
Yes, thank you, bumpers. No.
Blech.
Yes. Oh,
so
never been so happy to see a disc hit a floor.
Yep. Get the working man's 5. Nice.
No way.
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was gonna work.
I sincerely thought that was going to work.
Said me at every date in high school.
Yep.
It's fun fact. I only went on one date in high school.
Really?
Yeah. This girl we will call C to protect the innocent.
That's smart.
She was kind of she had a bit of a reputation already.
I see.
And for some odd reason, she took a liking to me for some odd reason. And me being like, I was an awkward kid in high school. The fact that a girl was talking to me, I was just like, some pretty girl's talking to me, what? And basically what I just did, I just wasn't. I didn't panic. I panicked. I took her on the first date I took her on. We were at we went to a mall in Jacksonville. It was the Orange Park Mall. And we were supposed to go see a movie, and I can't remember what exactly happened, but she brought her friend along and like forced it into a double date, which is already awkward enough because I've never been on a date before, and what just happened?
Timeout. 99 seconds.
Oh no! I was like, I caught it. Why did I lose? Anyway,
let's change settings.
Yeah, let's change some settings.
Let's go to tiled.
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 Go to tiled. Let's do tiled. What should we set time?
99 12.
12.
Yep, we're going. We're going.
All right,
we're going hard.
We're going. Okay.
Now, notice how Steve Miller's super skids along the side.
Yeah.
I call this stage Miller Country, and you're about to see why.
Miller Country.
Stop. Miller time.
So that was my Tío Raul's favorite beer. every time, like, God rest his soul, every time we would go and visit him, he would always have a tall boy in his hand and be like, Tío Raul, what are you doing? Miller time, mijo. Alright. Wow.
Miller Country!
What are you talking? I pushed down on that. Alright, you know what? No! And I got blown into my own goal.
Miller Country.
What is happening? There's no bumpers. Okay. Miller Country.
This is also the smallest stage in the game.
I see. Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, this is like table tennis.
Yep.
Frisbees.
Now, this is the most important lesson I can give you about this game. In the words of Sandman, who, by the way, we named a technique after.
For a split second, I thought you were talking about like Neil Gaiman's Sandman, and I was like, you know Morpheus?
No, it's Mike Sandman.
Mike's
his real name.
Gotcha.
He's from Boston.
Ooh, Boston head.
Originally from Jersey, but lives in Boston now. And he says, WindJammers is a defensive game. Focus on catching the frisbee. Focus not on where the frisbee is, but where the frisbee is going to be.
Oh my god, I can't believe that worked.
Yeah. Focus on catching the frisbee because your opponent's going to mess up eventually. So, it's, yeah.
Wrong button.
Yep. Alright, we'll set it to 25.
Much harder with 12. No, it's cool.
Alright,
it's cool. I ain't no bitch.
Alright.
I ain't no bitch.
You want to go to tiled or do you want to see another stage?
Let's see another stage.
Stadium.
Stadium? Alright. Ooh, stadium looks fun.
Yep. Biggest stage in the game.
biggest stage in the game. Let's go with some speed.
All right, Mita. Now, all right, so let's go back to what you're talking about, your date.
Oh, yeah.
My curiosity is piqued.
Okay. So we went to the Orange Park Mall. We were supposed to go see some movie. I can't remember what it was. It wound up being sold out, so we just kind of like roamed around the mall. And I'm getting ahead of myself. So she invited her friend with her, who was just, God, she was such a bitch. She was just a mean girl.
Yep.
She was just like that classic, like, I'm here to interfere in any way, shape, or form. So I hit up my my good friend at the time, Steve, and I was like, Steve, I need you. Like, I can't do this by myself. I can't do this by myself.
By the way, one thing I want to say before you continue, notice how the red goal behind me is expanding. That is unique to Stadium. The further ahead of you I get, the more consecutive times I score on you.
Oh, the easier it is for me to get a
5-pointer. Yes.
Gotcha.
But it will reset after once you score. So all right, continue.
Okay.
So you called your boy. Your boy.
I called in the reinforcements, and
Smart.
he agreed to it reluctantly. He was not pleased about it.
I wouldn't have been either.
Yeah, but you know what? You're a good friend if you just grit your teeth and do it. Yeah. And he was a good friend, and I appreciate him for that. So we just kind of wound up roaming around the mall and just kind of going from store to store. It was super awkward, and like the day, and she just had like this look of just absolute disappointment on her face, and the entire time I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, how can I salvage this? How? Tell me, young dating gods, what do I do?
They never answer.
And no, they never answered.
They never answer.
I asked her, like, I was like, hey, like, can we try a second date? And she said, she legitimately said, she didn't sugarcoat it or anything. She goes, I don't think I want to go on a second date with you. You're kind of boring.
That would be enough to make me hang it up for the rest of my high school career.
It was pretty brutal. It was pretty brutal. But I mean, this was like 9th grade. This was like freshman year of high school.
Wow.
So like, I moved back to Jersey like halfway through my junior year, and I didn't get my first girlfriend until that time. And my preferences, not my preferences, but like my choices in female companions was still not well defined, because I just went after, once again, a really bad choice, and all my friends told me, like, don't do it, you're gonna regret it. But hey,
you regretted it.
Oh boy, did I regret it.
Wow.
But hey, you live, you learn. Owen Wilson says if you get knocked down, you get back up and you climb the tree again.
And you crash a wedding.
Or you might just, play Starsky and Hutch with Ben Stiller. Wow.
Do it.
So,
that is unfortunate.
But hey, man, it happens. I was young. I was stupid. I had no idea what I was doing.
Glad that's over.
Yeah, but what young kid going on his first date truly has any idea what they're doing?
Yeah. So I like to think.
It's whatever helps you sleep at night, I guess.
Yep.
But you know what's gonna help me sleep at night?
Beating me at WindJammers.
Exactly.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
It's all right.
If there's anybody who's going to Evo, enter the tournament, there will be a bounty on my head. There's going to be a bounty on Xavier Woods' head as well if he decides to stop ducking me and come out to the tournament.
What else do you play competitively? You are an avid player of Pokken tournaments.
Right? I wouldn't say avid anymore. I've fallen off of Pokken, but
off
I will always support Pokken. I will always support Pokken.
It is a really fun game.
It's
a really fun game. I was so surprised when I first played it. I only got night. Like I don't even want to say I got like quote unquote nice with this character. I just kind of figured him out. But the one that I like really resonated with was Blaziken.
Blaziken, Blazing Ken. All right.
Yeah, bro. I was like, yeah, it was Foot Fighter Ken.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it was so weird. Like I tried. What's the chandelier's name? Chandelure.
Yep.
God, the generations got so weird in Pokemon.
They got weird, but
they got so weird.
The designs actually aren't bad. I'm kind of curious what the new generation's going to be like. But if Wooloo and Yamper are any indication, we're in good hands.
I don't know, man. Like I kind of disagree. Like the first three I fell off after Generation 3 because like the designs for the monsters themselves, they started looking more like Tamagotchi than actual monsters.
Didn't like Gen 3.
Yeah.
Gen 4 brought me back in.
Yeah, I never played Gen 4. I just kind of, like, my taste for it left a bad taste in my mouth after Gen 3.
My opinion is that Heart Gold and Soul Silver is the high watermark of the main games.
Dude.
Because...
just Gold and Silver in general.
And, dude...
It's one of the greatest... It's like one of the greatest handheld sequels that was ever made. Because here's the great thing about the Gold and Silver series. Not only did you get this whole... new place to explore, all these new badges, all these new Pokemon to collect. Not only that, but after you defeat the Elite Four the first time, you get to go back to Kanto and fight all those trainers again.
And then you get to fight the main character of the first game.
Yeah, you get to fight Red at the top of Mount Silver.
Yeah.
That's how you do a sequel.
Yeah, and the thing is, one of the reasons why I love Gold, Silver, and Crystal... Crystal was the definitive Pokemon experience for a very long time. I don't even think Emerald came close.
No, Emerald couldn't hold a candle to Crystal.
Crystal was the definitive Pokemon experience until arguably Platinum, but definitely Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah.
Just the thing is, it was a true sequel.
Yes.
It was planned from day one, and you can tell.
Really was. And there was so many little things that they put in, the Gold and Silver series that just was a nice nod.
Yep.
To the people who played the first generation.
Yep.
Like they truly cared about what the fan base was anticipating.
Yeah.
And okay, since we're talking about Pokemon, we'll go the first two generations. What were your go-to starters for the first two generations?
Bulbasaur and Cyndaquil.
Really?
Typhlosion is definitely one of my favorite Pokemon.
So, Bulbasaur, that's interesting because...
My first version was yellow.
It's an unpopular opinion.
That's what they say, but the Bulbasaur fans are starting to come out of the woodwork. The Bulbasaur fans are out there.
Well, and so my go-tos for Gen 1, it was always Charmander.
Ooh.
Like everybody's go-to.
You got a set. Awesome. Yeah,
Charmander was everybody's go-to.
The basic choice.
It's the basic. It truly is.
There's a reason why he was the one chosen to be playable in Super Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, because it's a fire dragon.
It's a dragon. Yeah,
it's a fire dragon. Yeah. But my go-to in Gen 2, Totodile.
Ooh, okay.
Because Feraligatr is the nastiest.
Yeah.
When I say nasty, that is the sickest design for a fully evolved Pokemon. Feraligatr is my absolute favorite.
I dig Feraligatr.
Oh, Feraligatr's so nasty, and he also knows ice techniques. Are you kidding me?
Ice. Yeah.
He can learn water, ice, and dragon techniques. It's nuts. He's so versatile.
Now, this is one thing I definitely want to say. Yep, Lightning Wave. A Fire Snake, I think it's called.
Yeah.
But it's just... The thing is, Heart Gold and Soul Silver are the best in my opinion because it took everything from the original Gold Silver, added all of the elements from Crystal. The Suicune side story is there.
Yes.
The sprites move again.
Yes.
The Pokemon follow behind you like they did in Yellow,
yes,
which people were begging for since Yellow.
Yeah, that's what made Yellow so great.
Yeah. They added a Safari Zone, which wasn't in the original Gen 2.
That's right, because the Safari Zone was shut down because the curator was
on vacation. But really I think it was because of data limitations, but I digress. But that was back. They added new areas. They added the Pokeathlon, which was like a side thing you could do with all your Pokemon. And of course the day and night cycle was back, which at the time was freaking revolutionary back in Gold and Silver. It was a big freaking deal. Pokemon had genders too. Like I could go into it all day.
Oh yeah, the breeding system, the day and night, and you could only catch certain monsters at certain times of the day. And the 2 new evolutions for Eevee that came out. If you wanted one, you had to evolve it during the day. If you wanted Umbreon, you had to evolve it at night.
And the thing is, Espeon was my secret weapon in Gen 2. And still to this day is one of my favorite Pokemon.
I always went with the Dark type.
That's fine.
I love Umbreon.
That's why I run Signal Beam. But
it's so good.
It's the thing is that makes what was I going to say? Also, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Though this was more Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, they split physical and special moves by physical and special rather than by type. So if you wanted a physical attacking water type, you could do that now.
That's right. So they did do that. Yeah. So here's a fun fact. So many years ago, before my last laptop crashed, I had
change settings.
I had a Game Boy Advance. I had a Game Boy Advanced emulator. It was the Virtual Boy Advanced.
Okay.
I had a Virtual Boy Advance. Someone made a ROM hack of Crystal version. Called it Liquid Crystal.
Okay.
And it looked just like the Crystal version, but every move, every type, every Pokemon from every generation that was out at the time was in this game. It was in one game, but it was Johto into Kanto, but you could catch and train every single type. It was nuts. There are so many Easter eggs that the fucking developer of this hack, he injected himself.
That's great.
He's an NPC in the game that you have to battle. And he's
freaking super powerful.
You can't touch him. You can't touch him. This man, I'm halfway through the game. I've got the sickest lineup. I've got an answer for everything that comes my way. I thought. This man comes through one of those gates. So what was it? It was the central city in Johto. I can't remember the name.
Hold on. Ecruteak or Goldenrod? Goldenrod City?
No, it wasn't Goldenrod.
Ecruteak
was at the top. I was in Saffron.
Saffron City. That's in Kanto.
I was all the way in Kanto. I remember. I already got past Johto and went to Kanto. So when it's blocked off, there's like those 4 gates you can come.
Yes.
So when you go through the north gate, he just comes in.
Oh no.
From the north and goes, "Hey, where do you think you're going?" "Oh, looks like you think you're hot shit, young man. It's time for this developer to give you a little spanking." Son, I've never been so humiliated in my life. And he's fourth wall breaking me. He shit talks to not your spray to you as a player. And then my laptop crashed and I lost everything.
That sucks.
And I just didn't want to start all over again. I was so heartbroken. I was devastated.
Well, I'll tell you how.
So devastated.
I'll tell you the story of how I got out of Pokemon. Then.
Okay.
I had my Crystal version. Pokedex was complete. I had the best overall non-legendary team in my opinion. I had a Typhlosion, Espeon, Kingdra, Tyranitar, a shiny Raichu.
Oh, Tyranitar.
And Vileplume. But I should have ran Venusaur rather than Vileplume, but I digress. So I was going to have a Pokemon battle with this man I went to high school with. His name was Troy. We were like, all right, we're going to meet this day. We're going to have a battle. It's going to be great. All right? So I boot up my game that night. All right? And I logged in a couple days ago. I booted up the game. Click on continue, and it says the save file was corrupted. New game.
No.
Yep. My data was completely gone.
No.
I yanked the game out of my Game Boy, threw it against the wall, and I cried. Because
physical tears.
Yeah, I cried. And
profuse weeping.
Yep. And I making a pizza, well done. And I did not touch Pokemon for like another 4 years after that.
Like the curve.
Until Platinum came out, I did not touch Pokemon. I dabbled in Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Fire Red and Leaf Green were a lot of fun.
They were.
They were good a lot of fun. It was a really nice reskinning of the old game. Mm-hmm. It was really nice. And yeah. I got that on emulator too. And the only reason I had a Nintendo DS was for Heart Gold, Soul Silver. That's the only reason I had a DS.
Like I said, look, 5th gen Black and White was good. It gave me Scrafty, which is my favorite Pokemon ever. But Heart Gold and Soul Silver is the high water mark of the series. Because it took everything that made Gold, Silver, and Crystal great, added to it, improved upon it, and added all of the modern innovations. Yeah. It was and arguably still is the definitive mainline Pokemon experience.
Yeah, because they made... It was essentially a perfect Pokemon game. And they took what they had and they didn't try and reconfigure it. They knew what they had was good and they just gave it a new polish and they gave you these like little love letters to the fans.
Yeah.
It was so well done. And it's like, it just goes to show that sometimes when you truly pay attention to what your fan base is looking for, like, sometimes less is more. You don't have to, like, flush out, like, something from the ground up. You can put a new skin on something. You can put a new skin on something old and make it just as good, if not better.
Yeah, sometimes. And the thing is, the one thing that sucks about Heart Gold and Soul Silver is that it set the bar too high for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which were disappointing. So, they were not the remakes we were hoping for.
So what do you think the bar is still set a little too high for Sword and Shield?
Well, it definitely is, especially since Game Freak kind of shot themselves in the foot.
Really? What did they do? I missed that.
There is no national Dex support. There are some Pokemon that are just not going to be in the game.
Why?
Honestly, it's probably because they just wanted to get the game out. But they said there were going to be like 450 Pokemon in the game. The Pokemon that aren't in it, that doesn't mean that they're permanently gone. They will return in future games, but we have no intentions of patching them into Sword and Shield. And I'm like,
that's kind of fucked up.
It is. It really is.
Like, the one thing that the Pokemon games kept consistent was they kept the monsters.
Right.
And like, despite how many they were creating with the new generations.
And the thing that sucks the most about it is, what was I going to say? Shoot. The fan base is pissed. The fan base is pissed. Some of them are taking it way too far. But the more reasonable elements of the fan base are like, all right, come on. I feel it's kind of lazy. You should have held the game back because right now it kind of seems like you're putting in an unfinished game. I mean, the precedents were kind of there, and we should have seen this coming sooner or later. But it's just like, come on, guys, everyone has their own favorite Pokemon, and the thing is, I understand it's not like the Pokemon aren't permanently gone, but you're not going to patch them into the game, and it's just that's like blue balling your fans. Yeah, exactly.
Like, especially with this new engine that they're coming out with too. Like, so many people are probably expecting what certain Pokemon are going to look like with this new engine.
And well, here's the thing. This is something I got to say. Sword and Shield looked all right, but at the same time, it felt like I'm not seeing enough.
Yeah.
But then when they announced that there's like no national Dex support, the fan base was like, all right, hold on now. Game Freak has said...
Wait a second.
Yeah. Game Freak has said we're only having certain Pokemon in the game to focus on balance. And I said, all right, in my opinion, I'll believe that when I see it. More than likely, that is just spin to, make a positive out of a negative.
Okay.
If it turns out they're freaking retooling Pokemon, reallocating base stats, focusing on balance, like if they hardcore focus on balance, I'll be like, all right, yeah, I'm in. I understand. You made a good choice.
Okay.
But if they just do token balancing and the game is clearly unfinished, like Sun and Moon were, then I'm
so glad you brought that.
It's I'm just saying, if it seems that it's unfinished, I am sitting Sword and Shield out, especially since I'm pretty sure that they are holding these other Pokemon back to release in the Gen 4 remakes. And they will do the same thing they did in Gen 6, which is you had X and Y for Kalos. Kalos was abandoned for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I imagine the Galar region will be abandoned for us to revisit Sinnoh. Change settings. And what, let's go to Beach again. So what were you going to say? I just wanted to get that thought out.
Oh yeah, no problem. So that's something that I've noticed that like not just with Pokemon games like just with games in general. It seems that we've gotten to a point in like gaming has become so mainstream. It feels like a lot of these gaming companies are just trying to like milk everything that they can out of a single franchise.
Preaching to the choir.
Yeah, and it's just look, man, instead of worrying about deadlines and, just trying to make a profit, how about you make a fully finished product like they did back. Why do you think the early stages, like the early generations of Pokemon were so successful? It's because Game Freak and Nintendo gave us a finished product. Well, and this is not just with Pokemon. This is happening with a lot of games, like on PS4, on Xbox One, on Switch. Like DLC has become like the new cash cow. Yeah, and it's really annoying and it's really upsetting and disappointing sometimes because it's just like you could have just taken the extra time and given us the full product because you just want to charge us a full game price for an expansion. Yeah, like they're doing it with Destiny, with Apex. With Apex
don't get me started with freaking Destiny. But dude, look, the thing Halo. Is, I see stuff like this and I'm like, all right, y'all gotta live more by Shigeru Miyamoto's advice. Like, especially Game Freak. A delayed game will eventually be good. A rushed game will always be bad. And it's just like, I remember, look, I love Soul Calibur. I adore Soul Calibur. I suck at Soul Calibur, and I have not put the time in. One of these days, I'm going to get back to the Soul Calibur grind, but I haven't had the time because I've been really busy getting my stuff together, to my credit.
Yes. Can't believe that worked.
Yeah, well done. Hey, don't sleep on a timely lob. A lob can really be a difference maker.
Yeah, and there it is.
Yep. There it is. Shout outs Time Bones, the lob god. Lob god. Now, so
my friends, they call me the lob god. I lob everybody, and I love your disappointment of defeat over your face like Blue Ball.
I gotta tell you this. Well, let me tell you. Yeah. First, let me say this. A rush game will always be bad, and it really seems like the DLC practices are. I think we are starting to get away from it a little bit because people are finally starting to wise up and see like, yo, this is kind of messed up.
And I agree. I've noticed that like a lot, especially like with the whole debacle with Final Fantasy 15.
Yep.
They had like 5 DLCs that just went straight down the toilet.
Yep.
Straight down the toilet. And yeah, Final Fantasy community is extremely pissed. And even when they announced DLC for Kingdom Hearts, I was like, you still couldn't complete the game.
You still couldn't complete
the game after 13 years.
Yeah, and just
And like the fact that you take over a decade to make a game and you still won't give a finished product. Come on, man. Like think about like if you put your fans first, they will stay loyal to you till the day you die. Fucking what was it? Hideo Kojima.
Yeah. It's like
that's all I have to say. It's fucking Hideo Kojima.
I saw a meme about Death Stranding. It was Chandler from Friends talking to Monica, and he said, "I have no idea what's going on, but I'm excited."
Right?
And that's Death Stranding in a nutshell.
And like the sad part, like I'm a huge fan of Hideo Kojima's work. Like my roommate, I've watched him and heard him talk about the Metal Gear games, and they're really great games. They will destroy you, like emotionally, with just like the roller coaster of things that like it takes you on such an emotional roller coaster. But they're such engaging games at the same time as well. And Kojima has done such a great job keeping just his ideas and his like visions pure in a sense. And there have been a lot of times where like
bot victory. Keep going.
There have been so many times where like they've tried to take Kojima out of the
Yeah.
equation.
Oh yeah.
Altogether, and they just see how
you
much
can't keep him down.
Like with the writing game.
Yeah.
The writing game was so weird. Like nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted it. And now Kojima's coming out with this new game, and they already, as soon as they saw his name, as soon as me and my roommates saw his name on the announcement for the game, we were like, oh, okay, this game's gonna be amazing.
Yup.
And the same, in my personal opinion, another director that I hold in such high regard. I don't know if you've played any of his games. Yoko Taro.
Who's he the director?
So Yoko Taro was the one who started the Drakengard series, which then evolved into the Nier series, Nier and Nier Automata.
Yeah.
Nier Automata is one of my top 5.
One of these days I'm getting to it.
I promise you, you don't have to play. You don't have to play any of the Drakengard. There's 3 Drakengard games. You don't have to really play the Drakengard games or the first Nier game, honestly, to get into Nier Automata, because just the story alone and the gameplay. Because Automata was an expansion of the first Nier game, but it was also developed by Platinum Games.
Ooh.
The combat in this game is so satisfying. So Devil May Cry style satisfying.
That's cool.
It's so good. It's so good. And Taro's unique style of storytelling and his dark style of storytelling. And when I say dark, I don't mean...
Drakengard's dark. I've heard about that.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. It's not dark in a horror sense of dark. It's just... It's an existential kind of dark style of storytelling, because what Yoko really does is he makes his players really think about how they you yourself can put yourself in the situation of these characters and put yourself in their shoes and think to yourself, wow, how would I handle this? Mm-hmm. And it's so amazing how he can just give you all of these really beautiful morals and also show you the darker sides of ambition. It's it's so good.
That's wonderful. I gotta play Nier Automata. I'm just turning off the timer because I'm good with parking. So
you're good with parking.
There we go.
Yeah, South Philly parking, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. It's annoying. But yeah, and also one of the best things about that game is the OST. That soundtrack is pure ecstasy to the ears.
That's wonderful.
And what's so great about it is all of the lyrics that are made, it's a chaos language. It's not a real language. They made the language up. And it just fits so well with the aesthetic of the world. Great. It's absolutely incredible. It's a beautifully written
soundtrack. And that's great, because a soundtrack can make or break a game.
It really can. It really can. And damn it! Now I got to. Okay, so don't quote me on this, but I'm probably gonna do a playthrough of Automata in the future, because talking about it and then just kind of revisiting the story the past couple of days, I really want to play it again. So
I don't need to play the first Nier to understand Automata.
No, and what's really nice about Automata is you can actually find you can find information about the first game in Automata. You can find old archives in the game.
Okay.
So there's a scanner model named 9S. There's
2B.
There's 2B, 9S, and then another story that you can play. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay.
But when you go through 9S's story, one of his side missions is finding all of these abandoned archives, and you get the story of how all of the things transpired.
Okay.
From the first Nier game, and there's there's weapons from the first Nier game that you can read the history of the weapon, and the first Nier game is littered throughout the entirety of Automata.
Okay.
And honestly, if you want to just like get a cohesive understanding of the story, one of my favorite YouTubers that I actually subscribe to, his name is Klemps.
Okay.
And he does a full review and story summary of the Nier series, and it's really well done. It's also really funny. I am a huge fan of Klemps. Klemps, if you're listening to this, I adore your content. Please continue to do what you do, and I will continue to watch. And hopefully you watch my channel and get some weird form of enjoyment out of my...
Would be cool.
It would be cool. It would be cool. It would be cool. I'm not gonna lie. If he invited me to like be on one of his podcasts, I would probably shit. Like on the on the spot. Just deuce. Right there.
Just drop a big one.
That's a fat hairy deuce.
Oh, that does not sound pleasant.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And like,
no.
Dang. Oh yes, bumpers.
Whoa!
Suck
and that is some stuff you do with Vessel on
thank
stage.
you, Vessel. Oh, damn it! Yep. Oh, I fucked it up.
Generally, when it bounces off the net, it'll bounce on the side. Bounce onto the side it's closest to.
Oh, now it's so painful.
It's funny you mentioned like what's his name, Yoko Taro.
Yeah.
My favorite developer is Tetsuya Takahashi, who is
the
developer of the Xeno series. Xenogears, Xenoblade, Xenosaga. Like, if we talk top 5 video game series, not counting one-offs, like Lost Odyssey, which is my favorite game ever, not counting one-offs or counting annual releases like Madden, FIFA, Assassin's Creed, or Pokemon. Yeah. Let's admit it, people. Pokemon is an annual release.
This is an annual release. How many generations are we up to now?
Right, we're at Gen 8.
Jesus
Sword and Shield.
Jesus Christ.
If we exclude annual releases, number 1 is Xeno, number 2 is Metroid, number 3 is Zelda, number 4 is Infamous, and number 5 is a toss-up between Star Fox and Mass Effect.
Oh my god, Infamous is so good.
I love Infamous.
Oh my god. And, okay, so... I love the fact that you brought up Zelda because I'm in the middle of playing Breath of the Wild now.
I just finished it 2 months ago.
Dog, there's so much.
Yeah.
There's so much to do in that. I try so hard to stick to the main campaign, but the world is so big and so it's so much fun to explore. I've lost 5 hours one day. Huh. Just going from places like, oh, what's over here, George? Oh, there's weapons over here. Is that a shrine?
Yep.
Ooh, I'm stalking horses now.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna try and steal treasures from bokoblins. Is that a dungeon?
Oh, it's so great.
How far can I take this glider before I fall to my death? That's a dragon.
Yep.
What is happening?
Yep.
Where am I?
Breath of the Wild.
God damn it! And that's and there's Ocarina of Time, for the time, there were, crazy innovative games. But,
Ocarina of Time is the Citizen Kane of video games.
Yes, it is. But, when I look at it, when I look at it from, a critical standpoint, it's that's, the beginning of, the linear Zelda games. And it's really kind of sad because, what made Zelda, I played OG Zelda when I was 3-4 years old with my older brother.
Wow.
I grew up playing OG Zelda, and the fact that you could just
go anywhere,
just go and be at risk, you're basically just explore at your own risk. If something kills you, that's on you, homie. So enjoy your wonderful world to explore and try not to die. And that's
Breath of the Wild brought that back.
Yeah, and they brought it back because especially with Skyward Sword and
Skyward Sword's the black sheep.
Yeah, and
it's the black sheep.
Even with games with Twilight Princess, Twilight Princess looks really good, but it's still very linear.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It is linear.
But it was such a breath of fresh air just to see that open world aesthetic be brought back to a current gen system like the Switch, and it's so gorgeous to look at.
It really is nice. I mean, look, game's got its flaws, but not enough to drag down the experience. I walked away from Breath of the Wild and I was like, 120 hours, because forget getting all the Korok seeds. There's no need for me to do that.
There's way too many puzzles to do. And, the weapon system, I understand, that kind of got on my nerves, the fact that you have to constantly keep replenishing your weapons.
Yeah, but after a while, it's not so bad.
That's not so bad.
It's
a minor inconvenience.
Right, it is. Yeah, and the thing is, it's just... I walked away feeling very satisfied with Breath of the Wild. I was very satisfied with the 120 hours I put into that game.
I mean, honestly, like I'm not even close to halfway done, and I'm still just every time I play it, I'm just grinning ear to ear.
That's great.
So much fun.
Like what I did to keep myself on task, I went into that game, and the only thing that was spoiled for me was one of the last bits of the DLC as I was going through that DLC, and that was because of my own stupidity. But everything else, oh my god. That's something to Biaggi. If you aim it opposite of the wall you're against, that's what happens.
That was incredible.
It's great.
Yes.
So, it's, well done. Thank you. Shoot, what was I going to say?
I don't know.
So I didn't get any spoilers about the game beforehand. I played the game, and I got everything. Well done. All right, you got a game. Not bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have finished. I need a towel and a cigarette. These are my favorite shorts. God damn it. No, I'm just kidding.
So much for clean underwear.
Luckily, I haven't showered yet.
Other than that, I was not spoiled about the game. I went through at my leisure. The only thing I did is I had a map of the shrines next to me. And I said, all right, I'm in this region right now. These are the shrines near me. I'm picking them all up before I leave this area.
That's what I get. And that's why it's taking me so long just to get through the story, because every time I unlock an area, when I unlock one of the towers, immediately I'm just surveying the areas, like where are those shrines at? Because when I get those little spheres, I can get heart containers or stamina containers.
What you got to do is you got to do heart stamina until you have a second full stamina wheel, and then get hearts until you have a total of 13 hearts. Then after that, max stamina.
Yeah.
And then put max stamina is the way to go in Breath of the Wild.
Especially if you're just trying to get from place to place with your glider, max stamina, jumping from a tower is all right, I want to go back to the desert. I want to go talk to fucking the short Gerudo girl. I can't remember
Riju.
Riju, yeah. I was I want to talk to Riju about something. Go to the tower.
Yep. Yeah.
How awesome would it be just to like jump off of a tower and just like with a paraglider, like,
yeah,
just
watching.
Hello, little sand seals.
Oh, look, a bokoblin.
Oh, and oh my god, the fucking.
Oh, look, a Lionel. Nothing to see here.
The abilities. Oh, the abilities. The magnet ability. The time stopping ability. It's like, oh, I want to take this boulder and I want to bash it into that giant goblin's head while he's sleeping. All right.
And it works.
Freeze. Like, take a hammer and just windmill it. And then just sit and wait. Boop. Awesome. He's really mad. I'm going to run now.
That's great.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. All right, I got one more in me.
Wherever you want. All right, one more in you. Let's.
I got one more in me.
Let's do 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Random.
Right.
Random. Let's shake it up. All right, I will go G. Scott.
All right, I'm gonna go with my man from España.
Yep.
The buffest Spaniard I've ever seen.
And it's funny. I always tell people the pecking order for WindJammers is France, Spain, East Coast USA, a distant third, Midwest USA, which is an even more distant fourth. It's a grand. And then you have everyone else. Like other than the 2 European regions, East Coast USA is where it's at.
East Coast USA is where it's at.
Yeah. So like we got we got me and the guys in New York, Pennsylvania, New Mare, Pennsylvania, I should say, because we got Jordy and Shass, Matlock, Holmes, in Maryland. We got Santa with Muscles, Crypt Kitty. Yep. No! Hey. And Tan Guy in Delaware.
Why did you go that way?
Well,
pressing down. God bless America.
Well done. One thing I definitely want to say about this, because I got to shout it out. I suck at Soul Calibur, but Soul Calibur is a friend of ours, the community, because, a lot of Soul Calibur players jam as well.
Yeah.
The Catherine community, the Sailor Moon S community, and the and the Pokken tournament community. How did they slip my mind? They are the sister communities of the WindJammers community, and just like all of these quote unquote side games have like really come with WindJammers and competed with us, and for that, this resurgence has been nothing but a community effort, like nothing short of one miracle after another.
Yeah.
I hope the ride doesn't end just yet. Oh my God, 7 golden letters.
7 golden letters.
I gotta tell you this, because this is what I wanted to say earlier. K-Kun, the trash dog champ of France, he came to this tournament in Chicago, Frosty Faustings, and obliterated everybody. Yeah.
Frosty Faustings is such a great competitive scene. I used to because I followed the Killer Instinct competitive scene. I'm a huge fan of that game. I'm terrible at it, and I also don't have an Xbox.
Yeah.
But Killer Instinct was one of my favorite fighting games growing up, and the fact that they brought it back with this insane soundtrack and all these new characters, and the competitive scene is just so insane. Watching high-tier players play Killer Instinct is one of the most nerd boner-inducing things.
Yeah.
Because just watching somebody I saw a guy get cornered, and then somehow...
Pick another stage. You saw a guy get cornered.
I saw a guy get cornered, and somehow just a full reversal and came all the way...
Daigo comeback.
And just a full-on Daigo comeback. It was insane.
That's great.
It was absolutely insane. Every combo that tried to get put... Like, someone tried to put back, he would just break it immediately. First frame breaks. I was like, who are you?
That's great.
This is insane.
That's great. Right. Like, it's just nothing like some good video games.
God damn.
What was I going to say? Frosty Faustings. This is what I wanted to say. Good community, good tournament. K-Kun came, mopped everybody. I had a ring announcer for this particular tournament to introduce people, like introducing first. He's from this place. He does this. He's so-and-so. After he introduces K-Kun, with my permission, comes and yanks the microphone from this guy. And he says, you stinking Americans! I have come here to take your wives, your children, and most of all, the money!
Wow.
He says, and everyone boos him, right? It was great. And he beat the ever-living hell out of everybody. And as soon as he got off the stage, people freaking jumped on him and hugged him. It was great because it was all in good fun.
Oh yeah, okay, it's kind of like the WWE.
Exactly. Just like when esports needs more flash and pizzazz, and adapting some pro wrestling like traits within reason, I think is definitely a good idea to take esports to the new level.
I agree.
To the next level. I mean, you don't sell the steak, you sell the sizzle.
Amen, brother. Amen. So speaking of wrestling, I went to the Too Many Games convention.
Cosplay Pro Wrestling.
Oh, dude, it was so good.
Yeah.
It was Hagrid versus Ryu.
That's wonderful.
It was Hagrid versus Ryu, Ken, and the dude from Assassin's Creed. No! Didn't mean to do that.
That's a disqualification. Keep going. You keep going.
No, that's a disqualification. You know what? I will take that loss. Because you know what?
Take the L.
I'll take the L, and on that note, I think we can call this an episode. Frankie,
nice.
Thank you so much for being a part of this channel, for sharing your insight, for
I'm just
sharing
glad
your
I finally
love.
got to do it.
Yeah,
missed
man.
You, brother.
Hey, I missed you too. And you know what? Please, by all means, come over more. We can do a group episode with me, you, and my roommate.
That would be wonderful.
And
I'm in.
If you like fighting games. All right, look.
Well, I like fighting games, but I never said I'm good at them.
Hey, I'm not that great either, but my roommate is a force to be reckoned with. It's so much fun to play him because not only, he's not going to baby you, but he's going to force you to learn on the fly. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. The reason I'm okay at fighting games is because of him.
It's because you constantly get bodied by him, and that's how you get better.
He forces you to get better.
You know, they say when it comes to fighting games, the best way to get better is just to get destroyed, and then finally something clicks. I haven't experienced that yet.
Hey man, call it baptism by fire.
Ugh.
Hey man, you can scoff at it all you want.
I ain't scoffing at it. I mean, I trust the process. We are in Philadelphia. Trust the process.
Trust the process. Thank you.
Sometimes after you get beat so many times, you're like, all right, I'm done for tonight. I'm done.
Leave my butthole alone, please.
So I've heard. But yes, pretty much. So.
All right, guys. Well, stay tuned for...
Good night and God bless.
Good night and God bless.
Yeah, keep going. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just...
Honestly, I'm trying to cut myself off.
Oh, that's fine.
It's hot as balls.
Yeah. It's like a sauna.
It's like a sauna. As I said, thank God I haven't showered yet. All right, guys. Later.